Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor with another edition of my Trumpology report. And I think it's time to talk about Elizabeth Warren. She is a woman who takes a stand for her principles, and I thought I would share her birth chart with you so that you could see what makes her tick and why she is such a powerful person in Donald Trump's life. So, first of all, let's start with her birth data. She was born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, June 22nd, 1949 at 1:51 p.m. We actually have her accurate birth time. No, you know what I've been doing is just doing solar charts on Trump's appointees and people in his inner circle, simply because there were no accurate birth times for them. There were no birth times for them. There are no birth times for them as of yet, except for Donald Trump. Well, Elizabeth Warren got her birth time. Love it. Gotta love it. We gotta start up here with the ninth house, because that's where her sun is. It is conjunct Uranus. Now, Trump also has a Sun-Uranus conjunction in his 10th house of career. Uranus is in 0 degrees of Cancer, for those of you who wanted the degrees. The Sun is in 1 degree of Cancer, and Venus is in 18 degrees of Cancer, which is very interesting because in Donald Trump's chart, his Venus is in Cancer. I'm not going to do a comparison tonight. What I am going to do is just describe her to you. So Uranus, the great awakener, the rebel, the one who just breaks down structures, is sitting in her ninth house of truth, the higher mind, anything that is expansive, any idea that is expansive. It is the house of our beliefs, our principles. And this is a woman who takes a stand for her principles. Well, she's rather unique, isn't she? There's Uranus there. And so her belief systems are unique. They are ahead of their time. The sun, the center of her life, of our life, wherever it is in our chart, is also in the ninth house. And so this is a woman of truth. Now, she will take a stand. She will rebel for her truth. And any of you who have a Sun-Uranus conjunction, you will do the same thing. You are a rebel, depending on where it is in your chart. That is where you will express your rebellion. And a lot of things happen out of rebellion. So it's not a bad thing. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. Okay? That's my thinking. I hope it's yours too. It just is. And depending on the way you use it and your reaction to it, that's when we put a judgment on it. So here we have a woman who takes a stand for her principles. Her Venus is in 18 of Cancer. Her midheaven is 19 of Cancer. And so behind her public image, behind her career, the whole agenda is love and caring and nurturing, because it is in Cancer. She is a Cancerian, as I said, 3 planets in Cancer, plus the midheaven in Cancer. This is a person who cares and nurtures the people she loves. And it's that Uranus conjunct the Sun that makes her kind of feisty. Well, look at Trump's chart. He's kind of feisty too. Okay, let's look at her 10th house. She's got Pluto, the planet of control or transformation, or both, in her 10th house. And so she is a very powerful, Pluto being power, of course, and control, a very powerful figure in our political world, in our country. Interestingly enough, her sun sign, Cancer, is the same as the United States sun sign. And her Cancer, Uranus and Sun sit, and also her Venus sits in our 2nd house of money. So I said I wasn't going to do a comparison with Trump, and here I am jumping into the United States chart. For those of you interested, I use the Gemini rising chart. Okay, so Pluto in 14 of Leo, 1452 of Leo, up there in her 10th house. This is a woman who can bring about total change in her career and is shown to be a very powerful person. Once again, depending on how you use Pluto in your birth chart, it is either control or total transformation. It is the phoenix rising on its own ashes. Quite beautiful. She, like Trump, here I go, I wasn't going to compare it, and there it is, has Saturn in her 11th house. Now, hers is in Virgo, 1 degree of Virgo. And Saturn is the planet of responsibility. It's the planet of authority. And so the 11th house is groups. Well, she's a senator. That's a group of people who are in the United States Senate. This is her being a leader wherever she goes with her friends and taking her responsibility as a leader with groups. Her Neptune is in 12 Libra in the 12th house. Now, wherever Neptune is, this is where we seek asylum, where we seek refuge. It is our soft place to fall. It is our escape, and it is also our dream. Her ascendant is 17 of Libra, so Neptune is influencing her ascendant. This is a woman who is either divinely inspired or can get carried away with a dream. It just depends on how she chooses to use it. Well, I think she's shown us how. She is a woman of truth who's going to take a stand for her beliefs and her principles. Now, she has the South Node in 22 of Libra. And a lot of people will say, oh, the South Node, that's the area of loss. Only if you don't know how to interpret it. The South Node represents those qualities which we have mastered in past lives. And so in her first house, she has done for herself in past lives. And that's why with her North Node in 22 degrees of Aries and in the 7th house of other people, this is the lifetime in which she puts her attention on others, whether personal relationships or the whole country, for example. And so what she needs to do, and probably is doing, I hope she is balancing the two by doing for other people. And if you notice, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the vertex, 6, 7 planets out of 10 on the right-hand side of the chart. That is the other directed side of the chart. This is the person who does for others. Tie that in with her 9th house, and you can see that she is not doing this for herself. If she does it for herself, it's not going to work. She has to do it for the causes that she believes in. And Neptune behind the ascendant can be divine inspiration. Now, she's got Jupiter in 0 degrees Aquarius in her 4th house. Jupiter is the great benefic. It blesses anything it touches. In the 4th house of her chart, this deals with home, family, real estate. And so her joy, her fulfillment, her happiness is being at home with her family. And the 4th house also deals with the 2nd half of life as we get older. And with Jupiter there are blessings upon blessings. We talked about the North Node, the beautiful North Node in her 7th house. Look at this powerful 8th house. So the power that we see from Pluto in the 10th house is amplified by this intense 8th house. Let me tell you what she's got here. Very interesting. She has the moon in 18 Taurus. A Taurus moon is a stubborn moon. Wherever your moon is that's where you look for your emotional security. The sun is daddy's message, and so daddy taught her to be a rebel, it's conjunct Uranus, and to take a stand for her principles, to see the big picture, and to take a stand for her beliefs. Mommy's message is look beneath the surface at what is really going on, be a detective, get to the root of what's happening, and help other people develop their resources, including their money. And so this is where she has great stores of power. She is emotionally attracted, instinctively attracted to secrets, and she has to get to the bottom of them. So she will ferret out anything that is going on, and she will be like a dog with a bone, because that Taurus moon doesn't let go of a thing till it's done. The vertex, I just wrote it as a V here. In many printouts, it's a VX, but I put a V here because there wasn't a whole lot of room in the 8th house. The 8th house, of course, as I said, transformation or control, secrets, and other people's money, other people's values. Anything in the 8th house is going to be transformed in this lifetime. And so her nurturing instincts, her emotional needs, they have already been in the process of transforming. You can't live a certain length of time without having this 8th house kick in many times. And so mommy's message will be transformed. The vertex is your karmic role in life. And so her role will undergo a transformation, at least one major transformation, but you know, it's triggered once a year by the sun, Mercury, and Venus when it is conjunct, 4 times a year by them, actually, conjunction, square, and opposition, but the conjunction being the strongest. So, very, very important. Her karmic role in life is to help other people with their resources. Mars, passion, energy, is in 9 Gemini in the 8th house. When you have Mars in a house where it is hidden, it is stronger for being hidden. And a lot of people might be saying, well, we've seen her passion, we've seen her fire, we've seen her feistiness. Yes, you have. We have. And her Mars is conjunct Mercury in 10 degrees of Gemini. And so Mars is fire, Mercury is what we think about, what we talk about. And so when she speaks, it is not calm and flowing. It is passionate. She tells it like it is. Her passion will undergo a huge transformation in this lifetime, at least one time, of course. And she is passionate about helping other people with their money, with their values, with their possessions. Mercury, our conscious mind, is what we think about and talk about. And that is what she thinks about and what she talks about. Whenever she feels that someone is being dishonest, because that 9th house is very strong, that's the house of truth, the higher courts. When she sees that, she will fight. She will get to the bottom of what is going on. Fascinating chart. Keep your eye on her, because in 2019, Saturn is going to be crossing her IC, the very bottom of her chart, and that can very easily indicate a new start for her, a new role. We don't know what she'll be doing in 2019, and some of us are thinking ahead, a little too far ahead. I know I'm one of them. However, there will be a whole new plan for Elizabeth Warren in 2 years. So that's it for Elizabeth Warren. It's late. I'm going to say goodbye, and may the stars shine brightly on you and yours.